Rich people in any industry are closer to God and the devil. Let me explain. So out of close to 8 billion people, the top 1% hold over 45% of all global wealth. Then you got the top 10%, they hold more than 75% roughly. That leaves 90% of the planet, middle class, working class, and poor, splitting the remaining 25. Now let me break this down real quick because I really had to break this down. Bro, this is not some type of wage gap, bro. It's a cosmic chasm, bro. I want y'all to really understand this. It's a metaphysical ocean of vibration, power, and choice. So in terms of God himself, right? Proximity to God is not about poverty or wealth. It's about willpower. So most of the middle class and the poor, they're not just poor in resources, they're poor in spiritual conviction. This is why trolls, fans, and followers don't matter, because they'll always follow. So the only thing that a troll or a fan or a follower can say is, we don't have to follow you, but you'll always watch. And because you don't follow the law of compensation and you want to take intellectual property and not hit a like, share, all that, bro, you wonder why life ain't compensating you. This is not the bottom-up manipulation tool. This is actual metaphysical property. Let's keep going. What would Lucifer tell you, bro? So this is the thing. You don't choose, you follow, you envy, you complain, and that's what makes you a low vibrational demon. I really want you to understand that. You never fought for the light. You only took what the house of mirrors gave you, the reflection of yourself and what life was going to be for you, and you never decided to shatter that glass. So are the rich closer to God and Lucifer himself? Absolutely. And this is really why. A billionaire banker is engineering economies, dog. A Hollywood actor channeling spirits on screen, helping you escape your trash life. A streaming mogul like Kai Cenat, and this is why I'll never, somebody asked me to make a video on Kai Cenat, I won't. He's a king, he's untouchable, leave that boy alone, okay? The reason that these streaming moguls pulling millions is because it's a hypnotic attention trap. They are masters of the craft. You literally don't have a right to do a bad review outside of the fact that you live in this beautiful country, America, which afforded you a voice to your stupidity. But let's keep going. The rich, the super famous, they are initiates of true willpower. The poor and the middle class, y'all just stuck in reactive consciousness. So you react to other people's lives. You're like paparazzi, you're cockroaches. Y'all live off of other people. No authenticity, nothing new, no utility for Hollywood to use you with. You're boring. It's repetitive, bro. So you're either a creator, a controller, or the controlled. Let me give you initiates. Welcome to the mystery school if you're seeing this video. But I'm about to give you initiates of real primal basic truth. Once you wake up, you truly do not owe anybody anything. You don't have to make this type of content. I do it because I enjoy it and I see how many symbols is everywhere. I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I'm writing poetry. Writing runs in a bloodline. Got famous family, yada, 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 bro. Like, this writing, creativity crap runs in the blood. So I do these things because I actually enjoy it and I was born to do it. But once you get a handle of it, you can intermingle the truth in your art and never admit what you're doing. You don't owe anyone anything. These grown men and women, somebody else's, like, you owe nobody nothing. It does not define you as good or bad. These lost sleeple sheeple people can't even define their own body fat percentage and lives. Do you honestly think their opinion matters? Let's keep going. This is the reality. When we're talking about archetypes in music primarily, right? For this example, whether it's literal or symbolic, fame, wealth, influence, it equals an energetic exchange, dog. The elite sign up for favors from the unseen, they say, right? Y'all say it's rituals, ambition, branding, or bloodline, right? Nepotism. They play with God's light and Lucifer's fire, bro. They are the I am and the I will. They have created a connective tissue within their nervous system, within their spiritual quantum field. This is just the reality. I'm not trying to use fancy words. Not only is this who I am, but I'm telling you the truth. Absolutely, unequivocally, irrefutably. Period. But let's keep going. What y'all don't understand is sacrifice. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. Let's talk about Kobe, right? You gotta, to sit on thrones, you gotta give up normalcy, which means you gotta train more than everybody else to be like Kobe. You gotta emulate what he was doing. You gotta make certain sacrifices of sleep, comfort, sometimes even your morality. especially as it pertains to Hollywood. But I'm Hollywood's agent. I have no problem with that. Let's keep going. The reality is you're not always going to be afforded the character of playing the nobility, bro. But you always have to stay active in the game. This is the reality. So the trolls, the haters, the comment section, the masses, they're spiritually weak. They exist to feed the ones who choose, who decide what their life is going to be. Earlier, I made a comment about the female in Marvels, right? I got somebody talking about, shut your BA up. That would get you popped, shot in the face. I ain't gonna lie to you. In real life, I would have got down on you. And got away with it. But it's one of those things where, people have been afforded an opinion and to be ruthless, right? Now, let me clear up that post. What I was saying in that is basically the character arc and development in those characters, bro. It could have been written better. I could choose the path of Marvel not writing black characters right? I could choose the path of sexism. I could choose the path of easily Sam Wilson running behind Captain America, making a black man always a step behind. No matter what path I choose, y'all will always attack. I think the real question is, why are y'all so low IQ to where if a person gives a perspective, there's a thing called inferred information, and sometimes people leave things out. This is common sense as it pertains to Riri Williams. Yes, she shows a scaling of PTSD from loss, but this is a trauma child who just needs a joint, a pill, a therapist, and better coping mechanisms. Tony Stark has actually lived long enough to see the actual power of his decisions and thought process. This is full-blown PTSD, right? Now, her isolation, the way that she copes, she shows remnants of this, but it is on the lower end of the spectrum and is not something that you can really classify, period, or prescribe a medication towards, because she's not really fully on the spectrum. That's what y'all don't understand. I'm not about to do a 30-minute video breaking it down as to why I'm saying certain things. This is common sense. And here's another thing, right? Because that really pissed me off. Bro, if I was wrong, why is there so many negative takes behind all of these female movies? And let me tell y'all something else. This is how I know it's the algorithm. I literally binge watched a bunch of TikTok reviews on that crap. And I made sure no matter what came out of my mouth, it was in alignment. I was trying to be a chameleon with the rest of these fucktards. And I still got attacked. So I know that's the algorithm testing the king on what he say he is. And if he believes it, that's fine. It don't faze me. But in real time, you got to watch your mouth. You would have to, bro. But anyway, so let's keep going. What is a real truth about this? Because I think that TikTokers, they think they're A-list. It's only a couple A-list streamers, YouTubers. You know what I mean? And the A-lists are on TikTok. But if you're a TikToker like a regular person, come on, stop it. So what's the real truth of being a Hollywood elite or an elite level celebrity, right? Because fame and celebrity is different. People love celebrities. You can be hated famous. The media won't allow a celebrity because it's too much narrative, too much propaganda. Celebrities automatically get embraced. Yeah, people ain't gonna like every movie, but there's a higher level of dedication, loyalty, and love to a celebrity. You famous people are confusing that. You will be loved today and hated tomorrow. I promise you. So now, what is the real truth, though? The real magic to this is literally you are not rewarded for being good. How many of you Christians are good, but your life is shit? Grow up. You are rewarded for being aligned, seeing through. Men wrote the Bible, you imbeciles. That's the reality. People with different intentions. And if it was so powerful, would most of this country be out of shape, overweight, BBL, fake personality, trying to play this parasitic game, trying to absorb other people's following and lives to make themselves what? There's nothing authentic or useful in that. This is most people. So when I've deduced that most of the world is poor and middle class just because they're trained to be and they have no willpower and spiritual power, bro, that makes social media so much more fun, bro. And I hope whoever's seeing this, it makes it more fun for you. Let me say this one more thing. To be rewarded comes with an alignment to create no matter your fear, to take no matter the shame, to serve no matter the cost. That's why the elites are closer to Jesus and Lucifer than you ever will be. Because even when they fall in purpose. They choose sin on purpose. They choose impact on purpose. And purpose is divine currency. That's why you're poor. And that's exactly why you're not famous. And that's exactly why a lot of these people will never actually be A-list. I'm gone.